guys, welcome back to Sakura Dungeon. Hope you're doing well. Let's continue on this floor, shall we? Just arrived on the new floor. My party isn't in a great shape, but we're going to press on to see if we can at least, like, get a general grip of this floor first, you know what I mean? See what's going on down here and that kind of stuff. Those seeds are going to be... We should probably be using these to, like... You know what I mean? Hand out some, like, extra stuff, so... Why can I not use that right now? Can I give it to Yomi? I can. Medium mental seed. I guess I give it to Sylvie. Dexterity seed. I just want to increase the main characters. I don't really see any reason to increase anyone else's, if you know what I mean. Go away, mud girls. Fucking mud girls. Well, I mean, that's presumably what we're going to do at some point, but that's not the actual way I meant that to come out, if that makes sense. Seeing as this game, I mean, for the type of game it is, I would say this is probably the best one of this type of the genre that I've ever played. Like, Honey Pop is a really good example of the genre. Like, it's not like I'm a critique of porn games, but you know what I mean. Like, it is good, Honey Pop, and this is actually probably slightly better just because it's got a lot more to it. You know what I mean? This is like quite a long game, so. I don't know if this floor has like secret walls and stuff like the other floor does, but well, I guess we'll like come across it as we go and see what happens. Sylvie's probably about to die right now. Right, so let's heal her up. In fact, let's mend her clothes and heal her up. I just keep exploring and... Oh, wait, did you hear something behind us? Jesus, only threw up then, that's a great start. Sylvie, it's not because of you, I promise. What, I didn't hear anything? Get out of the way. Seri shoves Sylvie aside. A spear emerges from the darkness, stabbing exactly where Sylvie was a few seconds ago. Seri manages to dodge the relentless assault, albeit barely. So fast. Oh my god. I'm amazed that you're able to dodge that. You also heard me approaching you. That is troubling. A wild-looking woman wielding a stone-tipped spear stands before us. Oh well, I'll make sure you don't escape. Ah yes, the warrior woman tribes in the western jungles. They're quite fearsome, aren't they? How do you know all of this anyway? Okay, so she's level 19, obviously significantly higher than us. Let's see what we can do here. Can I poison her? Okay, well, I mean, I didn't poison her, but at least I damaged her, I guess. Right, that seemed to hurt quite a lot. Okay. Nothing too special though, looks like just like a... Oh, for fuck's sake. She says as like completely fucking fuck everything up. Oh! Oh, Yomi! That was impressive. Right, everyone just guard. Just hang in there, Yomi. I need you to get your abilities up again. Gonna be attack. Nope. Capture. I can't capture her, can I? Just realised shit. Capture failed. Still, I killed her at least. I think down here. I guess he's gonna become a normal enemy now. And they're not that special at all. Okay, guys, anyway, I'll look around this floor some more and we'll see what we can find. And, hopefully I'll be pretty numb. So I went back to town. I found the door down there to presumably the boss. I'm gonna leave that for now. I decided. I went back to town. I'm gonna just have a look around here, meet my new captured monsters, and take it from there. It's gonna be one of my toughest negotiations yet. Wandering over to her prison cell, she doesn't even bother to look at me. What do you want? You really knock me out and dump me in here as well. What else could you humiliate me? I have to agree with Seri. I prefer normal rabbit girls. I'm not here to humiliate you. Nor was that even my intention. In fact, the reason you're in this cell right now is because I believe you're strong. Is that so? Maybe you're just trying to butter me up. Don't think you can outsmart me like that. With another humph, she turns her back on me. I'm not talking until you let me out this prison cell. I will let you out if you agree to some terms. Agree to mine first. If you're gonna be like that, you can stay in here. Fine, I didn't want to leave anyway. Even I have my limits for my patience. I take a seat next to the prison cell. I had come here to offer you a chance to work with me, you know. After all, watching you battle, it was quite spectacular. Oh, really? I want you to become my servant. What's in it for me? Well, for starters, I'll allow you to leave the cell, and we can work together to take down the current dungeon lord. That does not sound bad, actually. I will hate this fucking... whoever this is, this bitch. She lets out a heavy sigh. I'll work with you, but only because we have a mutual enemy. Don't expect any favours from me. As I walk by a cell, a voice calls out to me. Excuse me. It's very warm in here. My mud is starting to dry up. I conjure a small orb of water and pour it over her. Much better, thank you. So, why are you here? I'll cut straight to the point. You aren't happy with your life in that dungeon, correct? How did you know? I've known a few mud girls. They tend to be not very good at hiding their emotions. Oh, I guess I have a very relaxed approach to hiding things. What's the point you're trying to make? I am someone who has business with this dungeon, so I'm looking for like-minded monsters to help me take down the current dungeon lord. When I take the dungeon for myself, I'm going to introduce a number of different reforms and policies. Are you following so far? Yes. So you're proposing an alliance? Yes, a partnership between you and I. We work together to bring down the dungeon lord. How do I know you'll be any better than them? You could just be telling me what I want to hear, and no one can stop you. You'll rule the dungeon with an iron fist. That's not who I am, my mud girl. I love each and every one of my subordinates, sometimes literally, and I will love you too. It'd be nice to be loved for a change. She just sighs. Okay, let's work together. Okay. Right, let's have a look at our party. Well, I'm gonna swap out. Let's take the mud girl, seeing as these are just high level. I mean, some of these characters are just gonna be easily replaced, is the thing. You know what I mean? Like, I might as well just take the witch bunny, the mud girl, and the sword witch for now. You know, as my 6. Nothing with Isabella. Check out Charlotte's Curios. Okay. Charlotte, my shopkeeper, imports a number of curios and strange objects from around the world. I can only imagine how far our connections have reached while I've been absent. Though most of the items she imports will have absolutely no practical use when exploring, I cannot help but look through her shop to find some novelties now and then. Welcome back, my humble master. Is your stocks of dungeon items running low again? I'm not here for that today, Charlotte. Begin to look across the shelves. So many curious items. Powders, exotic substances from other lands, and some things which I cannot quite make sense of. Pick up a vial of strange, coloured powder. It gives off a vivid blue sheen in the light. So what exactly is this meant to be? Oh, that's just ground up seeds. As far as I know. Jesus. I shouldn't have eaten or drunk before I recorded, but still. 1 second, guys. Diet Dr. Pepper, by the way. Not that. I don't know. I was in a Dr. Pepper mood, now I'm not, you know. As far as I know, it comes from a region where natives grind the seeds of plants and use it to make body paint. Does it do anything else? Not at all. It's just ground up colourful seeds. For what purpose would you stock this powder? We have a lot of unusual clients who pass through here, my humble master. I stock a variety of items so that I have something to appeal to all tastes. Small curios and seemingly impractical items can be irresistible to some customers. I see. I begin to smile and an idea forms in my head. I would like to take it. What could you possibly want with that? They're nothing but a cheap novelty. That is the point. Cheap novelties can be the best novelties at times. Well, I will not pretend that I understand what you have in mind, but I hope the body paint brings you amusement, my humble master. Oh my fucking god. Hello, Yomi? Are you here? Siri looks around, trying to find me. Why did you ask me to come here? Nice to see you here, Siri. What's this about, Yomi? I just wanted to give you a nice surprise since you've been doing such a great job. A nice surprise? She looks around her. I'm not really seeing much of anything here, Yomi. I click my fingers. Servants clad in very little begin to pour out from adjacent rooms. These girls will tell you all about it in a minute. I can see where this is going quite rapidly. Wait, what are they holding? All of them are carrying brushes and small jars of colourful substances. Relax, Sari. It's just paint. But what are they going to do with the paint? Why don't you remove your armor and find out? Sari looks apprehensively down at herself. Well, I can't just wash the paint off anyway, that's why we're at the bath, right? Exactly. I want you to enjoy this, Sari. If you say so. Awkwardly, she puts her armor aside. Let's just get this over with. What in the actual fuck? After some time, the girls have created quite an amazing outfit for Sari. The delicate brushes create stroke after stroke of colour across the surface of her skin. Why do you think of putting that brush? Sari constantly tries to bat away the invasive brushes, only for other ones to touch her where she isn't protecting herself. Jesus Christ. After quick washing herself off, Sari immediately gets back into her armour. At least it washed off easily. Of course, it's just ground seeds after all. So it wasn't sort of enchanted body paint that maybe has special side effects? No, it really was just some ground up powder. Charlotte explicitly told me it had no practical use. Oh. Well, let's forget that happened. Why would you want to forget it? I'm sure you liked it. I did not. What the fuck? Oh, Sakura dungeon. Anyway, we're gonna go back in the dungeon. I'll get back to where I was and we'll continue looking around that floor and see what happens. Stay tuned. Excellent, I'm slowly relocating my wardrobe piece by piece. And we're expanding yours as well, everyone's winning. But this particular piece belongs to a swimsuit. It'll look amazing on you, Sari. Oh, I think I can see how it would form around one's figure. The sword which leans over to inspect the fabric more closely. Now that would be perfect for revealing one's figure. Not needed at all. Let me make you a mud outfit. It'll be just as bulletproof. No one has ever bought me a swimsuit. What are you complaining about? You can have it, Fox. I don't want anything to do with it. Please let me wear it then. I'll gladly wear anything that you desire of me, mistress. No, I think Sari should be the one to wear it. Why should I be the one to do it? She's perfectly willing, so let her do it. Surely you can appreciate the joy of changing your wardrobe. I am content with my armor. Whatever this outfit is meant to be, I think it would be better if you made one for you. Not gonna happen. She's not the only one. I want to wear cute outfits for you, Fox. How adorable. She really wants me to look at her, doesn't she? Jesus Christ. She's so fucking thirsty, Sylvie. I mean, they all are. It's like Thirst, the video game. I mean, I kind of guess that's the point, though. Stepping into the room, a thick layer of mud covers the entire floor. I don't like this. This is thick enough for someone or something to hide in. Just as she says that, I see a shape slowly emerging from the mud, followed by more and more shapes. Sari immediately notices it too. Sorry, but we're guarding this place. We have to make you leave now. Else the treasure stored here will fall into enemy hands. A treasure, you say? Then we really must insist on staying. The Sword Witch's blade lights up. I will turn you back into dry earth. Do we have to fight them? Can we not find a more peaceful solution? I'm afraid not. Stop wasting my time or I'll roast you. Become scorched of earth instead of mud. I'll surrender the treasure immediately! Isn't everyone a bit too eager to loot? Whoa, that is a lot of mud girls. Alright, let's see how this goes. And the muddy hordes were defeated. But I must admit, my clothes are rather dirty. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure you have a nice hot bath when we return to the surface. Great. Now that sounds interesting. Why don't we all bathe together? Jesus fucking Christ. I can show you some new techniques for cleaning yourself. As if anyone would willingly share a bath with you. A hot mud bath? That'd be really nice. I found my body's been rather dry lately. The mud girl lets out a content sigh thinking about it. I don't want a hot bath. Then what do you want? I don't know. Maybe to be left alone. It's only a little mud, isn't it? Shouldn't a brave knight not be worrying about such things? When you've dived into filthy depths as many times as I have, you quickly learn to appreciate having a hot bath waiting for you when you get home. Sari flings open the chest and pulls out something from its depths. It's like those seeds we've seen earlier, but something about it feels different. She rolls the seed in between her fingers. The shape and texture are completely different. Ah. This is the poison resistance seed. How does it work exactly? You eat it, then it makes poisonous attacks less effective against you. Quite straightforward, really. Then we should save the seed for when we come across a creature which uses poison in its attacks. Exactly. That will not be necessary for me. Many people have natural resistance against toxins. Too bad they do not have a natural resistance against being noisy. Okay. So it gives a permanent resistance thing, right? Then Seri. Small vitality seed. No, it's the Sylvia because she needs the health. She keeps dying more than anyone else. I'll swap you out for the Sword Witch for now, I guess. Because my girl got her ass handed to her a bit there. This room doesn't look particularly muddy, you know. Were you lying, video game? Were you lying to me? Okay, I'll see you in a second. So here we are at the door I suspect the boss is behind. Let's have a look. Another powerful presence resides in the next room. Do you think it's a succubus again? No, it's not her. But it's a fearsome presence nonetheless. After the succubus, I do not think that anything could possibly be worse. I've said this before, but it's unwise to speak in such a manner. There's always something greater out there. If you studied your Eldritch lore, you would know this very well. I skipped studying that. It made me uncomfortable. Getting back to the topic at hand, it should be no different from any other battle, right? If worst comes to worst, we can always retreat. Indeed. Wisdom would dictate that we do not rush through. I'm well aware of that. I've been adventuring parties who went to the final runs of dungeons unprepared. It was not pleasant, to say the least. Not quite the same thing, but I have been on research expeditions where similar things have happened. Perhaps you're not so different from me, then. We merely seek different things. Perhaps. Oh my god, we're gonna fuck. There's always a sense of anticipation when you step into a room and know something is waiting for you. Even for me, there's a sense of dread, not knowing what you'll find. Sari's prepared to strike at anything that moves. Where is this presence? She looks around her uneasily. You felt a presence, right? I almost certainly did. They did not appear to be revealing themselves, however. We hear a deep low growl from outside the darkness. What the fuck? So some stray prey have wandered into my lair? How interesting. What sort of monster is that, Fox? It bears a resemblance to the cat girls. A tiger girl from the untamed jungles of the west. You should be careful here. Tigers are very strong. The tiger girl looks at us with predatory eyes. To think the intruders have managed to pass through the last 9 floors this quickly. You're going to be delicious prey. I can just tell. She licks her lips hungrily. Who should I eat first? The tiger surveys our party, looking over each of us. I think you'll find that this meal bites back. Besides, I've never been one to lie down and offer myself to a hungry predator. I do not think blood will taste very nice. That has never stopped me before. The mudgirl's eyes widen with shock. Some primitive predator who thinks I'm going to run away. I'll dry out your hide myself and turn you into a fuzzy hat. The tiger's eyes eventually settle on me. The fox here looks particularly tasty. I think you've chosen poorly. Oh, I do not mind it when my prey has a bit of fight in them. Sari leans over and whispers in my ear. Is she completely unaware of your strength? It seems like she does not have any awareness of opponents at all. She's a strong enough opponent that probably has no need to be aware of her opponent's strength. So what we didn't hear is quite a capable opponent. It is either that, or she's trying to play us for fools. No, I think she's arrogant. She's going to play to our advantage. The tiger girl seems to be impatient. Come on then, don't you want to get past me? Aren't you going to have a life or death struggle with me between predator and prey? She bares her fangs at us. Who wants to be first? I do not mind playing with you a little bit first, before we get to the actual meal. How about you, tiger? Oh, Jesus. That was a big hit within the first few seconds. Fantastic. I'm sure this is going to go really well. And she resisted venom. Of course she resisted venom shots. Let's go for combust. Yeah, not bad. And she dodges that, of course she does. That's a pretty nasty hit. Venom shot. Again, that's all I can fucking do. I probably should get rid of the... Okay, that was again pretty good. This one isn't very strong. She's not like the succubus. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, triple slash on the tiger. Occasionally dead. Let's go for shot. Okay. Good, she's attacking her. Finish her off. Yeah, there we go. That was a really easy fight. Standing triumphant, Sari seems to be a little bit smug. I noticed it with Sylvie as well. There's going to be worse, isn't there? We're meant to be smug. That's the thing that's going on here. We certainly did an excellent job there. I have to agree. Although I cannot stand you, I admit that you are a competent fighter. Same goes to you, knight. I can understand why my mistress has chosen you to be one of her subordinates now. Jesus fucking Christ! Talk about a fucking CG, holy fucking shit! You see everything! So who's the predator and prey now, Tiger? Tiger girl just lies there with her back on the rocky floor. Her cloth has slipped out of place, leaving her a bit more exposed than would be reasonable. She doesn't seem like she's willing to accept her defeat, however. It's not over yet. I'm just holding back, that's all. Cats play with their food before they eat, you know. I don't know who you're trying to convince here, you or us. Convince is a fact. Well, I need to convince you about the obvious. The difference between you and me is it's very, very plain. She tries to push herself up, only to fall flat on her face. Trying to act tough isn't going to change that you lost. I have not lost. This is just a minor setback. The true battle begins soon. Please stop trying. A floor guardian needs to accept defeat with dignity and grace. What defeat? You're making a lot of presumptions here. Angrily, she snarls at me and makes her claws extend. She's only to keep it up for a few seconds while she plops onto her back. Okay, so maybe you got a slight upper hand in this situation. Only slight though, the tide of battle could change in an instant. Just wait and see. Once I get my second wind, I'll shred you all to ribbons. She's just going to lie there and keep raving like this? We could just leave. She just can't rave if she has no audience. We turn our back on her and head for the stairs. Hey, get back here! The battle's not over! Well, that went well. Sari looks around the walls. I've never seen any architecture like this before. Does it look familiar to you, Yomi? Very much so. I designed this entire floor using architecture from my homelands. Humans love building their homes in this style there. I started thinking about a home and I grew a bit nostalgic. So I decided to refurbish a few floors in this style. Being homesick is not so unusual. It's been a long time since I left home as well. So many young lovers which I left behind. Please do not say any more. I love the way she's just so prudish, it's ridiculous. Considering the world she lives in, like, just the fucking sex world she lives in, she's like, I do not know what sex is, I don't understand. Being sentimental seems like a waste of time. We have to keep going if we wish to destroy the dungeon, Lord. Sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination. I do not think I have another home. Maybe I spent too long in this dungeon. I'm sure we can find you one. Do you not remember even seeing this before? I think the last time you visited, you were being construction on the before I began construction on the lower floors. That really takes me back. You would have been only very little back then. Yes. Wanted to visit you all the time, but my parents insisted I had to stay home to study. Well, memories aside, don't you think this architecture is highly impractical? These walls are made of paper of all things. Imagine if a fire started in here. Sari taps one of the walls with her finger, making it go clean through it. Stop touching the walls. Sorry, but you get my point, don't you? I do not mind how impractical it is. To me, these walls remind me of home. So practicality be damned. Each to their own. I'd rather great stone walls protecting me, though. It's hard for me to sleep in places where I don't feel safe. It's like that for me, too, since I'm outside the Elven metropolis. The walls of the inn feel so empty. Cannot bring myself to open the window out of fear. Okay, well, I think you probably have a bit of a problem, actually, then. Regardless, is this a teleporter room? Oh, no, it's not. I really hope we can find a teleporter room here. That'd be great. I'm really scared because our party's not in a great position right now. Teleporter, yeah! Here we go. Fantastic. I don't think we got any more people. No, we haven't. Welcome back, Humble Meister. What news do you bring this time? We happen to have some new material for you to work on. No, we don't. Oh, don't you? Isabella eyes Sari. Do not mind, Sari. I show her the swimsuit material. Oh, the swimsuits. I remember them well. Give me a moment. Just don't. Please. No need to complain this time, Sari. The outfit is just for me. Excellent. Excellent work as always, Isabella. Thank you, Humble Master. The swimsuit could always complement your body perfectly. But I think you should really find somewhere to swim. As sexy as it looks on you, there's plenty of time and a place for everything. I will think about it. Oh my god. Since I have woken up, I've yet to spend some time by myself. I have certain urges where you need to stay... Jesus fucking... Magic is something which requires a clear state of mind to use properly. Stepping into my room, I reach inside one of my drawers. There it is. Everything is exactly the way I left it. Look at your fucking knees. I didn't realise the fucking whip and shit there and handcuffs. After several hundred years, this is quite impressive. Casually... Okay, right. We're gonna stop reading this now. They just used the phrase a practical river in reference to something, which I found greatly amusing. Anyway, yeah, that was interesting. Let's continue, shall we? So we're back in here. I'm not going to spend too much longer on this video, but I do want to have a little look around this floor a bit more, see if we can get anything interesting happening. Pausing suddenly, Seri looks around us. Oh, I feel like I'm being watched. Those instincts of yours are always impressive. Why didn't you say something earlier? Then an arrow shoots from down the hallway. Seri's face goes pale as it barely misses her head. A fox archer, seriously?
My aim isn't as good as it usually is. I need to practice more.
Archers? I've never liked archers.
That's rather rude of you to say.
It's rude to aim an arrow at someone's head, too! Oh, she's dead. Pretty easily and pretty quickly. Sure, there'll be a great deal more. The tribesmen here are level 20? That's bullshit. I need to capture one. Should go back up floor soon, probably, and try and capture one that's a bit lower level. If that makes sense, you know. These are all going to be level 20, I'm probably not going to be able to capture one very easily, and we still have got to get one on our list of Pokemon monster goals. From the other side. Ah yes, this is how this floor was designed. The doors are built so you can only be open from one side. There should be multiple doors like this. Why did you build it this way exactly? To let people quickly pass through the lowest floors if there's a threat near the front of this floor. People go out, but it's much harder to go back in. Don't worry, I'll be able to unlock them from the other side. It's remarkable how unchained these particular floors are then. I'm doing the wrong voice. The previous ones were radically different. I have to agree. Perhaps it won't feel like we're so far from home. Okay. Go on, Yomi. Let's see if this works. Capture her. Yeah! I just captured one of the tribes girls. I met this tribe a long time ago. What I find interesting is they're still out here after all this time. Their loyalty is unquestionably resolute. It's definitely not what I remember. After you were gone, tribal warriors like those raided us a fair bit. They do not honor their agreements. I think I need to show you them. I think you need to show them a bit more respect. Why? That was horrible. Fuck off, Seri. I'm starting to think you're dark elfist. What is this room? It's a Zen garden, a place for one to clear their mind. It used to be one of my favourite rooms to visit when I was troubled. How many worries can a spirit such as yourself have? There's a lot to worry about back then, believe it or not. The dungeon was still being built and I had to manage a lot of monster girls. Curious. I had you pegged as someone who did not need much peace of mind. Everyone needs peace of mind at times. Why bother sitting around in a stupid-looking garden when you can just study a new spell? It's better to learn something practical than just sit there with your own thoughts. Because what you learn with your meditation isn't about what you put outward, but what is within. That sounds ridiculous. You'll understand one day. The mud girl seems to like the garden. This is a peaceful place. Very different to the floors I was dwelling on. Thank you for letting me see this. It's not a problem. Do not forget the elven villages you were protecting on top of your other duties. You always took on far more than you could. While it was a lot of work, I think it was worth it. Your elven metropolis is thriving. It's true. We owe you much to you, Yomi. But you are right. The room helped me clear my mind and focus on what needed to be done. Oh my god, who the fuck is here now? I've got to fight. I see your appreciation of the Zen garden as well. A dignified woman, her eyes covered by a hat, steps out from among the rocks. I would recognize this particular kind of monster anywhere. Oh, so you're listening to us the entire time? More or less. I find it curious that I've never seen you here. You speak so fondly of this room. What is your history with this place, Spirit? She is... Please do not speak for me. Although she wants to say more, she immediately grows quiet. I'm afraid that I must decline to mention that. After all, I would not want my enemy to actually know something about me. I understand. Wisdom is a font from which all power arises. The difference between one can use a stone or an arcane spell. That is power. Sylvie nods intently. That is true. Wisdom and intellect, understanding and knowledge. This is power. I fear your path differs greatly from mine, Dark Elf. So what's your purpose then? I turned to this garden, and through it, I slowly found my own strength. As I told you, wisdom is power. and I have found much wisdom here. I look her up and down. Yes, you're indeed quite powerful. Since you aren't siphoning power from the dungeon, then perhaps you developed insight into the void? I'm surprised you know of that. But you are right. Insight? It's a means of understanding how the void works, and tapping it for power. Such techniques have long since been discarded in the Elven metropolis, for they are too dangerous. The monk nods thoughtfully. If you delve too deep, though, you'll only find darkness. Right. Are we here to fight you or anything? I have no intention of reporting your presence. You may do as you please. But I understand if you do not trust me, we must battle. Know that I bear no malice towards you either way. I guess we'll let's leave for now, because I think this is a good point to end the video. But next time we'll come back here and we'll fight her. We should probably go and play a visit to the astronomy stuff as well, and check out what's going on there, because it's been a while. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this installment of Sakura Dungeon. If you did, hit that like button, and I will see you soon for much, much more. Bye for now. Have a great day.